Hello everyone, quick announcement. This Friday, the 14th of June at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we will be talking about what we are most excited about from the upcoming, or still ongoing, E3. We hope to see you there. Now back to our regularly scheduled video. Hello everyone, this is Isaac.
This is Tarren.
And we are True Masters and Morons.
Playing Darksiders. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep.
Oh, they just tore that apart, didn't
I
they?
see a machine up there in the cage past the stairs.
Oh, very nice. So real quick, one thing I was going to mention about the Robotech show from last time is that some of you might be watching, what is this old show? Was it that good that you wanted to watch the whole thing? And I mean, kinda. It was decent. But I got sucked into it kind of the same way I got sucked into the Wheel of Time, which is that the Wheel of Time is a book series for those of you who aren't familiar, and it's got, I don't know, I think it's got like 12 or 13 books at this point. It took so long to write that the original writer died like 1 or 2 books ago, and while he was on his deathbed, he found somebody to continue the series with him. So like the last 1 or 2 books have been written by somebody else. I haven't read the newer ones, not because I have any beef with the new writer, because from what I understand, they did a great job of finding somebody who writes with a similar style, you know, and the guy told him what all is supposed to happen next, so he's going to follow the original vision, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's fine. I haven't read it because by the time he got around to dying, I had finished all of them like 3 or 4 years ago and just haven't gotten back into it. But the whole reason I got into the series in the first place was a friend of mine gave me book 1 and book 9. He's like, here, these are yours.
Oh, that's right.
And I looked at these, I'm like, come on, man. Like, I read the back cover stories and looking at the, like, you know, you never judge a book by its cover, but looking at between that and looking at the cover and reading the synopsis on the back, I'm like, wow. Yeah, no, a lot of crap happens in 9 books. I gotta know how it gets there, so I read all 9 books, and then I think there was one more after that at the time, or something like that. And I kind of ended up watching Robotech the same way, because it was all on Netflix, and it's like, oh, there's 1 season. And I did not realize that 1 season was 60 to 80 somewhere episodes. Oh, you've gone Dark Sora mode. You're just gonna roll it around.
Hello.
But for anyone who's watched Netflix, which is probably all of you, knows that when you click into a series, there's always like a banner, a title card, if you will, that hangs out on the top. And unbeknownst to me, this banner showed all the characters and a piece of equipment from the final third portion. Now, 1 or 2 of the characters look similar enough to people from the beginning that I was just thinking, oh, maybe it's an animation upgrade over time, you know? Because I did see that it was like 40-some-odd episodes, I just didn't realize it was 60 to 80. And I say that because I can't remember if it was 60 or 80. It's somewhere in there. But so I kept watching because I wanted to see how we ended up at this point. Because even though some of the characters looked kind of similar, the outfits were all drastically different, so I'm like, stuff happens. Yeah. You know? And it was very clear because advancements were happening all the time. So I'm like, all right, we're just going to reach this point where, like, I don't know, they full on just stay in space all the time or whatever, you know. So, finally, the 3rd section. Yeah, this is the way you came from.
Is it? Oh, it is.
Yep. Oh, so he just always says it right there. That's kind of funny. But so I was watching through the entire series because at some point I'm just like, well, I have to know when it gets to this point. Like, who are these people? You know. Yeah. And so finally, that final generation starts, and there the characters start showing up. I'm like, ah, here we are.
Finally.
Great! The power's out again!
Okay, we know what to do.
Make a laugh.
Gotta find...
Donald, try not to be a dick.
Bingo!
That in and of itself will just be comedic and she'll laugh.
Mike? How's that supposed to help?
Oh, you'll see. He's like, you forget I'm the top laugh guy.
That's
I am a stand-up comic.
Take it away.
Nice try, Mikey.
What?
I'm not doing this
Wait.
alone.
Hey, you, not me. Come on.
No.
Stop. Sully, not what I had in mind.
I feel like that's enough to make her laugh.
And- Right. Don't be clowns. That's all I've got to say. Ha! All right, they're gonna laugh out of me.
What I love is that that's obviously blue paint on Sully, but I swear to you, they only gave him pink paint.
Right? They just
And the
painted him
rest is
pink
just
and spots,
natural?
stripes.
It's on. Nice work, guys.
That's funny.
Also, I love that all power in the monster universe is basically like Wi-Fi power. Just she just has to ambiently laugh near it, and it powers up.
Yep. It just has to, it's powered purely by whatever that energy is. Normally you'd have to plug one of these things in, but...
Well, that's what I'm saying, though.
because-
It's like, you don't have to plug anything in. You just be like, here's the power source around the thing, let it emanate its energy, and voila, it's affected.
I feel like it's the sun. Like, it's... The sun will power
Right.
anything if it has the ability to hold a charge, if it doesn't blow it up.
Right.
Gotta say, revenge is sweet.
It's sweet and generally best served cold. Revenge is ice cream.
Well,
That is what I mean.
books are knowledge. Knowledge is power. Power, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Read a book, become a supervillain.
That's great. I like that. I haven't heard that before.
There you
But so I mentioned last episode that came up from a conversation I was having with people about this older time of... It's just water, guys. Chill.
That paint was kind of growing on me.
Woo! This is way
You
better.
be glad that it's washed out of your fur while it's still wet,
Hey,
dude.
no. Would you
Right.
cut that out?
Oh, you just know he smells like wet dog now.
Well, that's a good thing in Monster World. Remember? That
Yes,
was one
I
of their
understand.
deodorants.
It's like, oh, look at my odor and I smell so great.
Yeah, like that was literally an
I do
odorant
not have
was
a
wet
monster
dog.
nose.
The Heartless are here too?
Dude, we've already fought Heartless. Oh, are in this specific place. I understand.
Yes. Heartless, not just the unrefined?
Unversed.
Whatever they're called. Unversed.
Unversed.
Anyway, so I was having a conversation about old-style animation being changed and things. And so there were a lot of fascinating examples. One of apparently the more famous, which is how I found out about this whole thing in the first place. I don't remember what it's called, but it was described to me as being essentially the original show was like Asian Goosebumps.
Oh yeah.
And the original show like goes and okay, this staff sword thing is awesome.
Staff's pretty sweet. Not gonna argue.
Like just fly around and zap everything. Yes, and they do. The clones do. That is awesome. Oh, whoa!
I have a tower, suckers!
Because
I'm awesome!
Well,
That was sweet.
Rapunzel gave you an overkill button. I mean, I approve, but holy crap.
It makes sense. She's an overheal button, right?
Yeah, I mean, she was definitely like the most powerful not you thing on that planet, so yeah, but
Well, I mean, other
Wow.
than Elsa, she's the most powerful princess. He's thinking, hold up, everyone.
I think you might be right. Like, the only contenders really are she, Elsa, and I don't know, does Moana count? She's a Disney character, right?
I mean, yeah,
So-
but she by herself doesn't have any magic.
You're right, water just listens to her.
Yeah. And
Which,
she
I
can
mean,
understand
could
the ocean and stuff.
Can be considered power, but she still needs ocean, so
It's electric
yeah.
fences?
No, you're right. I'd say
Like, I'd love to argue Mulan in there, but she's not
well,
taking.
that's the thing. Is like
magic.
I would say if we're doing power ranking of this because that's what we're doing right now. It goes Elsa, Rapunzel, Moana near an ocean, and then Mulan. And if there's no ocean involved, then Mulan is third.
Yeah. Also, just saying, because it just got whispered to me, Elsa is technically a queen now. Yeah, we get it. It's fine. She's still a Disney princess, okay?
I was like, based on that logic, I'm fairly certain that doesn't what's her name? She has like a flower name. Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, Aurora.
Doesn't she become a queen at the end? Aurora, that's right. Sorry.
I think technically no, only because both of the kings and queens are still alive.
Okay,
but she
is married and is the heir apparent to one of the kingdoms, so she will be a queen.
She will be,
which is technically true of most of them, but you know,
I mean,
a political marriage was made, so
yeah,
it's a little bit more official than some others.
Yeah,
and actually, by that logic, Mulan isn't even a princess.
Mulan isn't a princess. It's true. She has no royal thing. She was just she's a general.
Yeah.
In number 2, because there is a number 2, she is straight up a Chinese general.
Nice.
We'll take care of it.
Pretty sure the
Yeah, she has no royal rank or blood to speak of. Anyway,
let's stop moving. That's me.
Oh yeah, so she's the only one with any actual combat training. But she doesn't have magic powers, and the level of magic powers the other two have is somewhat impressive.
It is somewhat just a little bit broken.
I'm not sure I'd say broken, but yeah, that's...
Now, and of course the argument could be made that Rapunzel's...
You're just skiing on stuff?
I am. And the argument could be made that, Rapunzel's stuff is all healing magic, so maybe she doesn't count in power, but at the same time... It's a lot of healing magic.
It's true, and she is unnaturally skilled with a frying pan. She's something of a frying pan combat prodigy, and you combine that with basically being unkillable, and it
unkillable, and the ability that if she can control it to heal armies if they bottle up her tears.
Yeah. And if we're talking pre-haircut, I mean, she has shown herself to be quite expert as a hair wielding.
As a hair whippist.
Yes. Combat mastery hair.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah. Elsa's obviously still the top one. She has an attack-based power.
Well, she has an attack-based power, and she can use it to be, benevolent, like she made the ice creatures and whatnot. But she's just, by any comparison, the power scale level for her is significantly higher than anyone else. I mean, she froze an entire region on accident without noticing.
Right?
Like, that's a pretty ridiculous level of power. She can create sentient life. She built towers.
That's the biggest part, is that she can create life because she said so. Like...
Think I've got a better idea. If we can just short it out, the lock will disengage. And
then you don't break my
It's
factory.
a walking energy generator.
That might work.
I know.
You're our MVP, boo.
Ooh.
Like that, yes, more of that. More laughter. I love that we're just having this play moment in here, and someone would be like, oh, this is not the time, but it's like, actually, this is part of what's going to get us through everything else, so yeah, no.
Yeah, right.
This is required, in fact. We're not slacking off, I promise. They look so cool.
I'm on it.
Hider! But yeah, no. Elsa could straight up just be like, hi, this lump of snow now has intelligence, a conscience, and everything that, humanity is still stupidly trying to make computers have because she says so.
Also, lest you think, well, she needs snow. She can generate snow.
She can generate snow. She could straight up make Olaf whenever she wanted. She could make multiple Olafs if she wanted. You know, like,
Yep.
there's no end to the number of just... Speaking of armies, she could just make an army of snow people so that no humans ever have to die in any wars for her kingdom.
Yep.
Like-
and it's not even just like little Olaf snowmen. She made the giant ice golem. You know.
Yep.
He was something of a beast. No vital organs, just animated snow that does what you tell it to do. Or a sentient person.
There's no...
Now, you
No,
could make the
there's-
argument that she may not have control over, like, what kind of creature it is, so she couldn't say make a general, you know, but it's still just...
if you really wanted to make that argument, I guess, but still.
I think it's a valid argument. I mean, because there's no... Olaf, if you think about it, is kind of weird. He's a snowman that wants to see the
Okay,
summer.
I get. Okay, now I understand what you're saying. Like, she has no control over the intelligence level and what
And
they
person-
will
and
choose
personality
to do.
of.
And personality
Right.
of.
Like, that argument is a valid argument, I feel like.
No, I agree. I agree.
But even so, she can make the much simpler do what I tell you ones.
Yeah, she could literally just make an army of Olaf-sized things that just fight for her if she wanted to, you know?
Yeah.
And then there's, of course, she can make all of the ice spikes in the world and just destroy everything.
Yep. Oh, I'll freeze a lake because I said so. I don't want to run on it. Yeah, no, she's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, she's insane. Like, if there ever were arguments before Elsa...
Oh,
What?
Oh, he's chomping you. Oh! I totally thought you were gonna die. I'm not even gonna lie.
Whew.
That was
But if there ever were, like, random fights about who the strongest princess was before Elsa was a thing, Elsa blew those out of the water as soon as she came into existence.
Yup.
I'm amused at how much we're talking about Elsa when our other option was
To go hang out with, to go do the
go
Elsa
and-
story.
to go and do the Frozen world, but we chose not to.
Well, so let's sit here and talk about scream and laughter power. You know, I think it's interesting that so
Okay.
very often, I mean, it's more commonly a villainous thing, but there does seem to very often be this general thought that negative emotions are more powerful than positive emotions, which is, from what I have seen with studies that have been done, actually inaccurate. But it's sort of like that. It's kind of like how most of what your average layman knows about psychology comes from Freud.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's wrong, but it's what got into the popular consciousness, so people think that's what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I have a beef with Freud, guys. It's the whole thing. Don't worry.
He does. It's actually really funny, in my opinion.
He did more good than I give him credit for, but significantly less that most people give him credit for. My
but all
overall
that
joke
being
about
said,
Freud is that his greatest contribution to psychology was that most of his ideas were wrong. Anyway,
all of that being said,
hello?
okay, there we go.
It's no use. We need a bigger burst of laughter.
Would you care to do the honors?
I'd love to.
I thought that was going to be it. I'm going to lie.
Pop, 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 pop. Ta-da! 40 love, game, and set.
Who is very
I'm not cut out
confused.
for this racket.
Come on, it's a tennis joke.
Should I go?
I didn't get it either.
I did,
Could have saved that
but
one.
it wasn't.
It wasn't good.
No.
Nobody move. I dropped my contact.
I don't think Boo's gonna get it, Mike.
Do you get it?
Yeah, it's 'cause his eye's so big. The joke is, you can't lose a contact the size of a dinner plate.
I am once I'm warmed up.
Sora, do the funny face special.
Huh? What?
But my face is the wrong shape and consistency and lacking, and it has too much fuzz. Oh, that's horrible.
Everybody join in.
You're lucky this child is, for some reason, totally okay with creepy monsters.
Right?
Sora's aiming for your job.
Like, everybody else actually looked kind of funny and great, but his face was just like, ah, that's a thing of horror.
Right.
Give it a rest,
Goodbye.
Randall. You're not gonna get away with this.
We'll stop anything you throw at us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you will. Or then again, maybe you won't. I have still got an ace up my sleeve.
You don't have sleeves.
Now, I command you to destroy them. Huh?
Hello?
Hey, come on!
Is it
Oh,
that
this
thing?
thing is supposed to wake up.
Move, you stupid...
Looks like your ace
That's gonna
is
be
a
bad
joker.
mojo when it wakes up.
Yeah.
What a pile of junk!
What? Hey. No.
Just leave him. Don't think he can cause us any more trouble.
You will be
Sorry.
wrong,
We
sir.
gotta focus
Yep.
on getting Boo home.
You're right.
Boo's door has to be somewhere in the vault. If we head outside and go through the power station, we can get to the door vault that way. Follow me.
Why can't we just go inside the building to the rest of the building? Why have you designed it so you have to go outside?
Alright, which one? Oh.
Hard to
Why are you hiding
say.
your face?
That looks incredibly gross.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay,
So that must be the
unversed.
unversed symbol.
Oh!
Okay. Well, that
Oh,
looks nothing like the other thing.
No. Laughter pin.
Grants a moderate boost in strength, a small in magic, and boost in AP. All right, everyone. So thank you for joining us for our interesting debate on the power levels of princesses and the
Yeah.
duality of morality of Scream versus Laughter Power, which we will probably pick up if we can remember it next time. Ooh, yeah. 35. Anyway, in the meantime, don't forget to like, comment what you want to see, whether it be lore or let's play, subscribe, all that fun stuff. In the meantime, this has been True Masters and Morons signing off. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to see more like it, hit that subscribe orb.
To see our last Let's Play, click or tap the link on the right.
For our last lore video, click the link on the left.
Thank you to all of our patrons for making these videos possible.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.